Yo, Willie Thomas here from JazzEveryone.com with some more information about Bebop. This is going to be a new series called Bebop Insights. And the first insight will be dealing with those chromatic, you heard me, I call them the chromatic bebop scale, descending, and because that's a whole special condition all in itself, is just bringing those things through the chord changes down that melody line. And when you start listening to Charlie Parker and all the players, and that was one of the turning points in jazz and traditional jazz that sort of brought it into the progressive area or era with these chromatics. So anyhow, a good place I find to start for a lot of people and just learning how to hear, because there's so many different possibilities when you start playing down these chords with actual melody lines, because you can have any rhythms possible. You can start on any beat, any type of phrasing, on any note. So to try to set rules in a place about which comes first, like don't be afraid to use too many chromatics. And with that being said, I'm going to show you how I start working with some of this, and still do from time to time. I just take a plain chromatic scale and just start running it up and down through the I've got rhythm changes, because that's what we're going to be working on. And I have a study sheet here. The first one you can look at, it has the chord changes, simple basic I got rhythm changes, and one chromatic scale from the top to the bottom. So you need to have that under your fingers, and that's all you need, and I'm going to show you how I use and work with that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So yeah, that's like a no-brainer. You can see right immediately, like that gives a new meaning to the word target tone. Because if you don't know where you're going and you can't hear where you are in your melodic progression, forget it. That's called composing. That's why you can't think a bunch of notes and names and memorize a bunch of stuff and improvise. You have to actually create and make up music as you hear it. But you have to hear something in order to, put it out there and have something to work with. And these are just all the kind of things you can break down and start isolating some of these factors that deal with listening and hearing and finding stuff. Maybe this is the easy way. I don't know. Some people think it's the hard way, but it might, it's not the only way, but it sure is a way, because it works for me. And the more you do that, and then you start doing some little faster tempos, and I'm including all key rhythm changes in here for you to work with. Thanks, Mr. Abersald, for your kind, generous offering. And so that's it. Yeah, there's this particular, I got rhythm thing. This is volume 47, I believe. I'll look in a minute. And you need that. This is the rhythm changes in all the keys. All right, now I'm going to do one more little thing before I play through these with just some real live examples. And this is kind of a little warm-up drill that will help you with the chromatics, and this is just a part of my system, which I'm not going to get into here. This is part of the hooking the pentatonic pairs up with chromatics, but which also results in a major part of the bebop scale. So get up your next little study guide, number 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You should tackle that thing. Just work on it, grab little bits and pieces, then start adding and listening and experimenting, trying some of those sounds. The main idea, going up is not a problem, is that coming down smoothly and really getting the right sound and the right notes. There's some blues moving in there, and there's some very special sounds. Speaking of which, this particular scale I use a lot. And there's another one, and you heard me play it at the end of this thing. Well, I've got a whole sheet of those, and it's number 3. I'm going to have you pull those up, and I'll talk just a minute about them. Okay, when you look at your sheet here, this 03 special descending bebop scales. There's 2 scales. The first one is this. That's the one I play a lot. Then the other one is like this. Now, different people call those different things. That first one is one form of the minor scale, maybe the melodic, I think, I'm not positive, but anyhow, and the other one is sort of just a interpolation of that, which is just configured from one of the Hebraic scales or just some kind of sound somebody heard, and it's gotten moved and worked into the vocabulary. The point is you're going to hear me playing those all the way through the rest of this lesson, and also the references, which I haven't told you about yet. But anyhow, I'm going to just play a couple of these with the rhythm changes now, okay?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have played through 2 choruses of rhythm changes with descending chromatic bebop scales, melodies, patterns, licks, riffs, whatever you want to call them. And you need to just start listening and copying and learning and memorizing. Listen and looking at the notes and just listening to see where I put the half steps and whole steps. Because after this, then I'll tell you what, you've got a really incredible reference to work with, which is, I'll explain it after you do this, okay? Here's 4A and 2 choruses of rhythm changes. They're all written down, and there's videos that you can play with.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, now comes the real fun challenge, whatever you want to call it. In our recent series, the Tunes to Know and Blow series, every one of those tunes has a descending chromatic bebop scale chorus of written melodies that I play and a video to watch. All of those are now included, and you can pick any tune and you go right there and you can just take a look, and it won't take a minute for you to see how that's going to work. You'll see the descending scales, you'll see the video to play with. So you got 10 of them. Good luck, have at it, and have some fun. All right, and learn how to play some bebop on these rhythm changes, dude.